Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. This is Sunday, September. It's going by so fast, I can't stand it. It is the 18th.
Yes, the 18th.
Yeah, right. Oh, and this is number 68 for us. So yeah, we're just
Awesome.
along. I'm Susan LaCroix. I should introduce myself. This is my beautiful daughter, Julie. And we have been demonstrating 20 years. And it took us 18 to figure out that we could do this and stamp with you because we live 2 states apart. So we to stamp together very often. So this is a great way for us to create together. So anyway, Julie, how are you doing?
I am good. I really wish that we were closer and we could stamp together, but it is so much fun to share each week and sort of stay, I don't know, just like stay on top of what we're creating. Because I feel like I was just thinking as you were talking about how it's months and months sometimes between our visits. And, sometimes it's many months, like before I'm in your stamp room because you're coming here or something like that. And I remember it used to be just sort of like I would go down to your room and I would just feel so like, oh, I got to check out everything that you're doing. But now that we've been doing weekly videos, I really feel like I'm staying up on what you're creating all the time. And I just feel so creatively connected in a new way through doing this. So I'm just
And it's
makes me so
amazing.
happy.
Sometimes our styles can be very different.
Yes.
However, sometimes we're amazed at each other because we oftentimes do not see each other's projects before we film,
Yeah.
and it's like the same colors. Yeah. So anyway, here we
Oh,
are.
it
So we
is so
have
much
something.
fun. Well, what's that?
We have something exciting to share.
Is it what we're going to share today? I don't know if I missed a big announcement. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I was just gonna say every week we have a theme, like we share the same suite or we share, whatever. It's the same kind of theme. And so today we are going to be sharing different bundles from the Perfect Partners promotion. So let me switch over to my desktop and show you. This is something that's going on in September 2022. So if you're watching beyond September 30th, then the dies are not available. So what's really special about this promotion is Stampin' Up! Has chosen 6 different stamp sets from both the annual catalog and the mini catalog and created some limited edition dies to go with these standalone stamp sets. Now, all the time we always think like, oh, I wish there were dies to go with these. And so this month we have that option for each of these 6 sets. You can buy the stamp set beyond September 30th, but the dies and thus the bundle with the discount, the 10% discount with the dies and stamp set are only available in September 2022. So we're already halfway through the month and there's only 2 weeks left to get these exclusive limited edition dies to go with these stamp sets. And there's such a versatility in the stamp sets. Today we're going to be using different stamp sets. Mom's going to show you some projects with the Apple Harvest Bundle, and I'm going to share projects with this little piggy. In addition to those, there's also the Fresh Cut Flowers Bundle, the Waterfall Canyon Bundle, Yeti to Party, and Trimming the Tree. So a little something for everybody. We'll have the link in our video description so you can check out these bundles in the online store. And I just want to say the dies are while supplies last. So it's possible that the dies may sell out before the end of September. So don't wait to get your order and make sure you get that in right away if you're eyeing any of these. Or maybe you already have the stamp set. You can also just get the dies individually as well.
Correct.
Do you have anything to add?
No. I was listening to you very intently. So yeah, you covered it.
All right, well, let's switch the camera over to your desktop and you can
Right.
share your awesome project with us.
Thanks. So some of the stamp sets are from the annual. I think most of the stamp sets are from the annual. But there are some from the mini, and the one that I'm going to show is, well, I don't need this one. Let's show this, is Apple Harvest. So I was kind of on the fence about this. I love the set, but I thought, oh, I don't know if I really need it. Well, when they came out with the dies, it was like, okay, Now I need it. So that's what I did. So let me just show you very quickly. The stamp set is Apple Harvest. It's 8 cling, so it's red rubber. So you get a variety of apples, this little flower, which I've been having fun with. This little element here and a couple of greetings. Now, the dies to go with it, I didn't really pay attention. There are 25 dies in
What?
this. There are 25 dies.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? I can't even keep them all in here very well, but there's this cute little scallop border, which I haven't even used yet. And there's, you can die cut this, you can die cut this, you can die cut this, you can die cut the flowers. And there's actually 2 of the line art, so you can do 2 at a time. And then they've given you some side pieces that you can also die cut and create with. So there, it's endless. I mean, and there's this great label. I like the length of this. That may have to live in my house now, just because I like it. So those are the dies that go with this. So let me show you what I came up with for today. So my card base is going to be 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So a very straightforward card base. And then a piece of Cottage wreath series paper in the real red smaller check, 5 inch, 3 3/4. And then I have a piece the same size, 5 inches by 3 3/4 of basic white. That's going to be for our inside. And then I've got some more Granny Apple Green, 3.5 by 3.5 that I used the scallop circles and die cut out that. And then for the white piece, it's 3 inches by 3 inches. So I cut a circle from that. I always recommend stamping first, but I didn't today. So last piece for the label is 3 3/4 by 1/2 inch. And I've already stamped and die cut that. The greatest gift is a good friend. Love it.
That's a good sentiment.
Isn't that a good sentiment? All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put my, what did I get on this? I'm going to go ahead and put my designer series paper on. Julie, this pack is so huge, right? The Cottage.
It is.
Oh, I didn't do that very well. I have 2 packs of it.
Oh my goodness.
I did pay attention to the quantity and alrighty then.
That's a lot of gingham.
A lot of gingham. All right. So I'm going to so I'm using Memento ink and on this set of apples. Now last week I kept going out of camera range. So Julie, please, if I start to get, I'm still getting used to this new background.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It's working out well.
Does it take up the whole table?
No. I just cut off a couple feet of it to put it down here. Okay. All right. Not too bad. I had pre-stamped one just in case I messed up. All right. So now we're going to do some die coloring, and I pulled out my Stampin' Blends, the naturals, and this is number 500. And so
I keep forgetting about those Stampin' Blends because they're not in my regular container. They're kind of like on a different shelf.
Yeah, it can be. You're not doing a very good job coloring. Okay. That one's done. And now what I did is I took some real red. And I took the dark real red. And where the apple is kind of shaded, I'm just going to add some of the darker tone. I was thinking about Claire this afternoon when I was doing it.
I also was thinking about Claire this afternoon while I was coloring with Stampin' Blends.
Wishing she was home to do yours, huh?
Maybe.
Oh, that's too funny. All right, so then I'm just going to come in with the light real red and kind of try to push some of the dark real red around to give it a little bit of shading. I was also thinking about your grandmother, Noni, who liked to paint, but she
Yeah.
really liked these. And she would just, she'd spend a lot of time coloring. You know, I'm working through and say, Mom, come on. And her paper would get kind of pilly. So I'd have to get paper for her just to let her play because she just, you know, the artist in her just wanted it
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So we have that guy done. And then I'm just going to continue with this light red and just do this cut apple.
I'm curious to see what color you're going to use for the inside of the apple.
I'm going to show you that. All right, I think I've got this stuff. So you know that there's some like yellow tones in apples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking my light, so saffron,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm not doing a lot. I'm just kind of doing kind of where there's some shading around the edges a little bit, and that's it. That's really all I'm doing, just to give it the look of it, and I think that does. I think that does give it the look.
Love it.
All right. So for the leaves, I'm using Granny Apple Green. I want apple pie now. I really do. All right, so this is the dark. And again, I'm just going along the veins of the leaves. I know there are some folks out there who like to go light, you use the light first and then come in with the dark. I just like to do my dark and then come in with the light. And
I
then
was just thinking about that. I do it the opposite way because I feel like having the base layer down helps the dark blend when you apply it. But I don't do a lot of coloring, so um
I,
I mean, I don't think there's a wrong way. I
I
mean,
was
the
just going
idea
to
is
say,
that you're blending the light and the dark, so
yep,
either
exactly.
way, whichever one you put on first, it still
That's
works.
right. That is exactly right. And I think it blends just fine.
Yeah, beautiful.
So now for the little flowers, and I did some extra. Oh, there they are. I was like, I better not have lost them. I'm taking petal pink, and I've got the dark petal pink. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start with this guy, and just kind of in the center, and then I'm just kind of going around the petals. So I'm leaving a lot of white showing. And then this guy, I'm just kind of doing the around there. So there, done.
I love that. I'm not good at the restraint part. I feel like I do too much and then it's hard to undo it, even with the lifter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. So I love this little piece. So I just decided to put it on the inside, like in this corner. And then I'm just going to bring in a flower, just to kind of put it there. And then I'll color that flower. And I didn't color it or I didn't stamp it very well in the right spot, but I think it'll be okay. And I don't think I put a sentiment in this one. So let's put this guy in here. And then I'm going to put I got ink all over me. Oh no.
Oh
All right, I just licked my finger. It's okay.
It's non-toxic.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so I'm gonna put our circles together. And I'm going to bring out some of the flowers that I did die cut beforehand. And I'm going to put, here's my little greeting. And I'm going to flip this over. Bring out some, oh goodness, some dimensionals. And some little guys. I'm so glad we came out with these little minis.
I don't use them very often. I kind of forget about them.
Well, I keep them out by everyone's station so they can decide which ones they want to use. And yeah.
That's a good idea.
But it's, what I like about it is that we don't have to cut dimensionals in half when we want.
Yes.
Okay, so now I have all my dimensionals where I want them. And I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm putting my greeting at the top. I really like this die. Oh man, I wish there was somebody to talk him into carrying this one over. All right, so I'm gonna
Oh, that is a lovely detail on the ends.
I love it. I really do. And so then these guys are gonna get, this guy is gonna go lower on the card. Oh. Right about there. And then I have some flowers just to add some interest. I thought they would go maybe like right about here, maybe.
Oh, I love that.
And of course we have to add sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought out my champagne rhinestones. I haven't used those in a bit. These little batteries sure do like me. They keep hanging on to me. Okay. All right, so there it is. But like I said, we need some sparkle. And I really think when I got this done, I thought that really finishes this card.
Yes. I love those champagne rhinestones. I feel like they're really versatile and I love the little tint to it, you know. It's not like the just the plain rhinestones. It's got like a little color, little warmth.
Yeah, exactly. And I am breaking my rule.
Oh,
I'm putting a fourth one on right here. I didn't want a naked flower.
yeah. I think it needs it.
Yeah, so there it is.
Oh, I just love that so much.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I do have a few more samples that I made that I'd like to share. So we did this one at Hostess Club this month. I forgot. I'll put White Cardstock. That was the other thing I had. So I used that. Oh man, this die, Jay, is
The split texture dies.
texture dies. Yep.
Yeah.
And I die cut all the apples and the flowers, and again, because I love that sentiment, and just popped them all up and just kind of arranged them in kind of a on soft saffron, and then the inside. I put the flowers around, but then later on, I was putting them in the corner.
Oh, I like it.
And then I was playing earlier today because when I started thinking about what to do for our video today, and I had stamped a bunch of these just in black and white, this image right here. And when I
Mm-hmm.
got it all done, I thought, I don't know, I'm not going to do that. And so I went in a different direction. So then, of course, I came back to this and thought, I can't just leave this. I can't. I have to do something with it. So I cut a real red card base and brought out some old olive and um, just kind of did it. Thanks for your kindness.
I love that black and white background. That's really stunning.
Thanks. And well, because I didn't do this either.
Oh,
The glossy red apple. So anyway, those are my projects that I came up with using the apple harvest.
I love it. You're gonna tempt me.
Really?
I, I was trying to hold out on some of these bundles because the dies are only available until September, but oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
too
don't
hard.
know.
Well, the stamp set continues on. I think that's the tempting part.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna flip the camera over to my desktop while you're
yeah.
winking up your
Thinking is done.
apples. This is a stamp set that I saw in the annual catalog, 2022 to 2023 Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. And I just love those piggies. I loved the first stamp set, this little piggy, and this is a sequel to that. And so I have been eyeing the piggies and I've been wanting to get them. So I finally decided with the coordinating dies that I would. And so I've got the little piggy stamp set, and then the coordinating dies are so dynamic. I'm curious now how many, because you were talking about how many are in the Apple set, and this has 18 dies in it. So there are a number of dies as well, and I love that there are dies for each of the stamp images, but also some detailed dies like the wagon and the banner and the flowers and the little grass trimming and a handkerchief and some details for the wagon and leaves and a present and a little banner. And so it's just really kind of a fun set. So, oh, all of a sudden excuse me. Um, I struggled though because when I sat down to use it, I was like, wait a second, I don't like to color. And so I remembered a little trick that I used last time with the piggies, and that was to do some paper piecing. So instead of coloring the whole image, I decided to color to stamp on pink and to color and or to cut it out in fussy cut, and then boom, it's colored. Like I did add a little detail with the markers to the nose and the ear
Oh,
and his
sweet.
little hooves just to add like a little detail. And so for this card, I'm also gonna do the paper piecing with the banner. I was worried about coloring the banner because I thought sometimes the ink when you use the Stampin' Blend, I don't know, sometimes I have trouble and the ink will like blend, the
Yes.
letters.
It's almost like
And
it dulls it or something.
yeah, and so I just thought with the banner it would be good to do this the same technique so it could be a nice solid color and I wouldn't have any problems with the letters blending. So I also did the banner and of course I wanted to use the die. So these are going to go on the die cut. I did that ahead of time so that I could save some time. I'm going to do a little more coloring on our scooter and oops, I forgot to get the crumb cake. That's the dark crumb cake. For the like the dirt, the dirt road or whatever that he's
Yeah.
scootering on. Just the idea of a pig scootering just makes me laugh. I was starting to think about like what other colors I could color the pig. And I thought, could I have a purple pig? And at first I thought, well, I mean, pigs aren't purple. But then I thought pigs also don't ride scooters. So I I think when you talk about a pig riding on a scooter, you have some leeway with the coloring. If you want to make a purple pig, I say make a purple pig.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do some pool party. So I've got light pool party and dark pool party for our scooter. And I was trying not to overthink it and just kind of stay simple. So, oops, that's supposed to be the light one. And then I have yellow for the headlight and the little tail light, and gray for the wheels. So I'm going to start with the light one and color the wheels, and then add some dark in the center.
Look at you coloring. It's gorgeous.
I know. You know, I can handle small little bits.
The pig's not that big.
Oh, handle small coloring jobs. But it's the larger ones where I have to do extra blending and that kind of thing. So I'm just adding some details here for all the confetti that's coming out of the scooter in the back. I love how celebratory this is. And so I'm just using Night of Navy and Pool Party and just kind of coloring that up a little bit.
I thought it was smoke.
Well, if you look closely, it's like
Coming from the exhaust. Got it.
yeah.
All right.
It's like a little party going on. I also added some sparkle. This is the sparkle and shine sequence. I knew you would love this, Mom. I'm going to use your favorite liquid glue to add. I just did kind of a little swirly where the paper piecing is going to be added on, and that just fits perfectly in there. And then you still have like the white border around the die cut. So I just love how it fills it in, and it's just like an auto color, you know, like autopilot.
There you go.
And so then I'm going to add 5 little dots with the liquid glue and use my take your pick tool to add sequins.
Nice.
Oh. Come on. And get on there. Oh, I think I just took another one off.
Nope.
Okay, so there's the focal image with the extra little sparkles.
Cute.
Cute. Okay, so let's do the card now. I in typical Julie style, I'm going really clean and simple here on the card. I've got some measurements for you. Our card base is 4¼ by 11. So this is the long way to cut your cardstock. Scored at 2¼ and 5½. So I'm actually going to do a little pocket on the inside. For birthday cards, I always love to send a little gift card or some money. And so having a little pocket on the inside of a birthday card, I thought was just perfect. I'm going to use the Label Me Lovely punch to add a little, a little notch to be able to grab the card. And then we're going to use the tear and tape on the sides. And as long as you keep it really close to the edge of the cardstock, then your gift card is going to fit in there no problem. I went over the edge, so I'm just going to fold that back and then fold this down like that to create the pocket on the inside.
Cute.
Then I have 2 pieces of crumb cake that are 1 by 4¼ a piece of designer paper. I'm using the Celebrate Everything paper that we shared a couple weeks ago in our Sunday stamping video. This is a host designer paper in the July through December mini catalog, and I thought it kind of looked like clouds or waves.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use it as clouds today. So that's 3 by 4¼ and then 2 pieces of white that are 3¼ by 4½. So one of the white pieces is for the inside, And the other white piece is for the outside. So let's do some layering here. So the designer paper fits perfectly on the white. And so that's going to be down here right in the center. And then I have two pieces of the crumb cake, and this is going to be the road because our scooter cannot just be scooting in the middle of the sky. He needs something to ground him. So I just did a little tearing, which kind of goes with like the mud or the dirt road or whatever that is on the stamp. So this is going to go at the very bottom of that designer paper. And then I'm mimicking the same thing on the inside. So I'm just going to do the same thing and just tear and put that at the bottom of the white cardstock for the inside. This already has a sentiment. It says happy birthday. So for the inside, I'm going to have the stamp that says, this little piggy says happy birthday.
Aw.
Cuteness. Oh, that's driving me a little crazy because it's off center. So later, after we're done with the video, I'm going to stamp the little butterfly that's part of this stamp set. I'm just going to add him right over here to just sort of lengthen out that sentiment so that it appears to be better centered.
One of my
I'm
mantras is there are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. There are only opportunities.
yes. Opportunities. I love that. So I'm centering this right on the inside of the card. And then this one will be attached to the front, but now I can see where it needs to cover. And so I can make sure that it's covering the one underneath. So I'm going to add this on with some tear and tape because I want to use some strong adhesive so it doesn't come off. Alternatively, you could use Stampin' Dimensionals, but I always find it weird to use Stampin' Dimensionals under 1/2 and not like the whole thing. So that's why I decided to use the tear and tape. So I'm going to line up the edges here so that they're covering that and going to glue that down. So now we've got the flap. And now our last thing is going to be to add our little piggy.
Cute. Oh, this card is adorable.
Thank you. I was really happy with the way it came
Well,
together. I was kind of struggling, and I do have some other samples to share. I started when I got this stamp set out, I started by stamping all of the pigs and doing a little coloring so that I could, figure out which one I wanted to use. And the coloring on this one, when I first stamped it, was terrible, which is why I ended up doing the paper pasting.
that's cute. Oh,
Oh,
yay, Julie, that's so adorable.
thank you. Here's the one that has the little gift card inside. So the gift card just fits perfectly in there.
Nice.
I love that. Well, I had the Celebrate Everything paper out, and so I used it on all of my cards. I really was trying to showcase the
Aw.
different dies in this set. So we've got the detailed wagon die with the banner and the wheels and the handle. There's this fun label die. I used the decorative circle punch here. And then on the inside, I showcased the little gift. I love this sentiment, enjoy the ride, because I thought
Yeah,
it could be for more than just a birthday. That could be any kind of celebration,
sure.
especially like a graduation or something. And then the last one I did, I love this little guy. He's just kind of taking a nap in his happy place. And I have to admit, I really don't love this card.
That's cute.
I wanted to showcase the die cut flowers, but like I don't know. I wasn't digging the colors, and I finally just like put it down and glued it and was like, whatever, it is what it is. On the inside, I used the grass die, and I have to tell you that it's one of those dies that just cut the top. Like it doesn't cut a strip of
Okay.
grass. So you'll want to place it at the top of your piece that you're cutting just to add that like grass border. So there are my little birthday piggy
So
cards. I hope
sweet.
that I hope that you're inspired with this bundle. I'm coming around now that I've created some cards, but I think this one is my favorite with the pocket and the little scooter.
Yeah, yeah, that is adorable.
Let's turn
I
the
didn't
camera
I
around
didn't
and
use all
show
the
off our
dies.
cards together.
There were 25 dies. Okay.
I love these perfect partner dies. I do wish that they were available longer than just September, but it does create a sense of urgency. So if you feel like you have to have any of these, make sure you get your order in before the end of September so you don't miss out on these limited edition dies.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, this was fun. This was so fun. All right, so we are at the end of our video. We hope you all have a great week. Julie, love you. We're looking
Love
at
you
some
too.
dates to come so we can see the kids. So I want to see Claire March for her senior year. So
Yes.
we're looking at the calendars and we're going to try to make something work. So I'll let you know. And then we can stamp together.
I always love when we have the opportunity to do that. So
Yeah, I do too.
definitely some stamping together time this fall. Well,
Yeah.
I won't keep you, Mom. I know you're trying to get out the door. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this week. We're so
Yes.
happy that you tuned in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future Sunday stamping videos with Susan and Julie. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week. Bye,
Love
Mom.
you, Jay.
Love you too.